Welcome guys to John's Football Channel. I hope all you're doing well today. It's a very sad loss for Portugal, losing 1-0 in the last dying moments of the game against Spain. Let's get into this post review of how the game actually went and what are your thoughts into this game. So starting up, obviously, I've started with the lineups. So obviously they went with Simmons in goal, Cucurella on the left back, Laporte, Crosby as the centre backs, Pedro Porro as the right back, and then in the midfield they went with Rodri and Pedri, and ahead of them they went with Dani Olmo, Alex Baena on the left, and then Yamin Yamal on the right, as expected, and then Yazabal as their striker for Spain. And then we take a look for Portugal. I think most people who were supporting Portugal for this fixture and throughout the competition was hoping that we would get to see a chance where it was either a case of Ronaldo coming off the bench, actually help the team out, or it was a case of him starting, but knowing that he has a certain time where he will be coming off the field in order to give some other players a chance and give new fresh legs to other players in order for them to finish the game and at best help them actually get the win if the win is not guaranteed at that moment when he comes off. Take a look. Okay, let's start with the lineups. Obviously, went with Costa in goal, Goncalo as the right back, the two centre backs. They went Diaz and Renato Vega again, and then Mendes as the left back, and then ahead of them they went with Neves and Vitinha as the two CDMs, and then we went with Neto on the right, Bruno Fernandes through the middle, and then João Felix on the left, and then Ronaldo up front. Uh, the way I anticipated this game, I thought as soon as I saw the lineups, I thought, okay, João Felix is playing again in a wing. We know that he played against that same position. I believe it was DR Congo, and I think it didn't work out very well for us. We do know that DR Congo, after them playing other teams, they are quite a decent team in terms of you have to rank them against other teams. We know that they're not the worst team against that you can play against. They are quite a decent team. They are able to do a job as a unit. So when I just saw João Felix, my question was to myself that who would be helping Nuno Mendes on that wing? I just thought that Nuno Mendes would probably be dominated. I thought they would probably have that position because we know that João Felix would be more or less helping Ronaldo in terms of attacking positions and helping him as a midfielder that just operates behind Ronaldo at times, depending on whether it's on the ball or off the ball, in position for Portugal or or defending for Portugal against Spain. So it was a weird one in order to see João Felix there. I didn't think it was much of a surprise to see Ronaldo starting. But yeah, I think most of us probably would have actually expected Ramos to actually start, considering that he actually probably did get the winning goal against Croatia. So I think that was a big factor actually to see how we start and what goes on during the game and how do we finish the game. Now we take a look. Obviously, not much was done in the first half. Not much can be said for the first half against Portugal against Spain. We know that there was a very couple of chances for Spain. We know there was Yamin Yamal's crosses in and goes in towards cuts in towards the box and takes a good shot at goal. Diogo Costa gets a save and makes a very good save. And then there was another rebound for another Spain player. And Costa also saves that one as well. So very good from him. And I think there was one more other opportunity that I could remember where Spain ended up getting a good shot at goal against Costa, and he ends up getting a fingertip save to it. Very good save. Another one for Costa, and it actually helps us save the day and keeps us in the game for against Spain. And then we get to see. We know that there was one opportunity for Nuno Mendes, who lands up. There was a chance where he lands up taking a shot at goal, and one of the Spain players ends up defending and blocking it, and it lands up ricocheting on the crossbar. Very good shot. Very good defending at that. Luckily, it didn't go in. I think most of us were on our edges of our seats thinking that it would have went in, but that was not the case. But it was a very good warning sign and giving a warning to Spain, knowing that we are here and we're ready to put up a fight. It's just unfortunate that was probably one of the couple of chances that we had and it was very rare that we actually had a chance at goal, and a very, very good warning to warn Spain of our capabilities as a team against them. And then if we had to look at some stats going into this game in the first half, total shots for Portugal was 5. There were 2 shots on target, whereas Spain, they had 8. They had 3 shots on target. Big chances. They had 2 big chances for Spain. We didn't have any. And then into the second half, we saw that total shots for Portugal were 5. We had no shots on target in the second half, whereas Spain, they did. They had another 3 shots on target for Spain, and we both had 2 big chances to actually score. Spain ended up taking their chance and actually then putting it in the goals and actually making it 1-0 on the night against a late win for Marino to make it 1-0 for Spain. So if we were to actually think about the game, I think we know that Ronaldo, when it was coming towards the later stage of the game, we were anticipating and actually thinking, when was Ronaldo going to come off? Came to a point where the commentators commented and actually said that the only time Ronaldo can come on the field now after the substitution has been made. I think the last substitution for Portugal was Bernardo Silva. I think as soon as that substitution was made, Ronaldo knew that the only way for Ronaldo to come off the field now was for us to survive 90 minutes. And I think it was very, very naive of us to think that Spain, in a short period of time, couldn't do anything against us. I don't know if the case for leaving Ronaldo on was probably to take penalties. It could be a case, but are we really going to wait for penalties to decide the game? I mean, we know that anything can happen in extra time. Anything can happen in stoppage time, like it was. And I think that's what caught us off guard. That's what allowed us to lose this game, because we didn't anticipate for Spain to hurt us back and to actually score against us in the 9 minutes of the game. Let me know down below what you guys think of the game. How did you see the game going? What are your thoughts on the substitution? Do you think it was very wise or very, very naive of Martinez to actually leave Ronaldo on the field for the full 90 minutes? There's nothing else we can do now. We know that the game is done. One of the main things that had we had Ronaldo come off around the 60th, 70th minute, it would have gave enough time for Ramos to come onto the field and actually expand the Spain team and actually give them some questions to be answered, whether on the counter attack or through on ball. You know, you have opportunities where you can make these small burst runs through into at goal, and I think that's exactly what we needed to actually stop Spain and actually to give them some problems, so that they know that them getting into the next round of this competition is not guaranteed. And I think by us not thinking of our substitutions correctly and not making the correct ones, we have not progressed into the next round. Also, I think another thing is we actually saw, if you look at the substitutions that were made, we know that Vitinha came off for Bernardo Silva, and I think we know that Ruben Neves and Vitinha were both playing alongside each other to actually cover Portugal and actually protect them. It is understandable that we needed to bring an offensive player onto the field in order to give more problems to Spain. But I think the fact is that I don't think it's the easiest job to do as a CDM, to know that, okay, I have someone to cover for me, I have someone to protect me if in case I don't actually get there at the end, I do not get to the ball first, or I end up not getting the right tackle in to actually stop the ball. Then you know you have someone behind you who can actually do the job. But that was not the case. I think with this game, obviously, we're taking off Vitinha. I think it was the reason why as soon as Spain played that pass, we know that that position or that area, that central area towards the box, was empty. And I think one of the reasons was that it was empty is because we ended up making substitutions that actually played against us instead of for us. I think we could have probably left Vitinha on and actually just changed Ronaldo for Ramos and then probably it would have been. I think we would have probably had a better chance going into the second half or extra time, just to see how the game goes, and probably we would have had a better chance to go on penalties and actually determine the game from there if it needed to be done at that point of the game, and if everything wasn't settled in extra time or stoppage time between the two teams. But there's nothing else we can do. Now we can only look towards the next other games that are going to be played. We know that um, Egypt's currently playing Argentina and currently giving them a run for their money. So that um, France is playing Morocco. We know that Spain is playing Belgium next. We know that Norway is playing England. We know that Switzerland or Colombia might be going through. Let me know down below what you guys think of that one. Who do you guys see going through into the next round between those couple of teams? That has your perspective changed now in terms of uh, now that there's no Portugal? Who else could we be looking at towards winning the World Cup? We know that Argentina currently is busy losing to Egypt. So now, do we actually consider as Argentina one of the players, the favorites to win this competition if they're not able to beat Egypt? We know that Egypt is not the worst team to play, but I mean, there's certain levels that we need to pass in order to actually uh, know that you can actually get to the final. And by the looks of it, looks like Egypt are giving Argentina a very, very tough time to actually win this game. Uh, so yeah, guys, this is my post review to Portugal versus Spain. Portugal obviously losing 1-0 in the last minutes of the game. I suppose the worst thing is not is at least we only lost 1-0. I mean, it's not the worst result in the world, only 1-0. It just shows you they were just a bit better than us. I think we didn't do too much that was off par to them. I think there was some things that we could have done a lot better, but it's not like they completely dominated us and it was a very, very big scoreline. I don't think that was not the case. So at least to the extent we can have our heads held high that we actually gave a good fight and we actually showed that it's not very, very easy to actually break us down and actually score against us. Let me know down below what was your guys' score predictions for this game. What are your thoughts going into the next rounds, and how do you guys see the next games going? And what are your score lines for those games, and who do you see actually winning those games? Let me know down below. So you guys stay tuned for the next upload, and peace.